So can you tell us what it is that you do at SpaceX?
Nope. Actually, no, I really can't. So I don't talk about SpaceX. They were gracious enough to hire me, and this is after working out of the aerospace industry for 3 years. Keep in mind, we started Spacevidcast with no aerospace background whatsoever. I was a technology guy. I managed a data center, is what I did, and we started Spacevidcast, and then a little ways down the road, SpaceX hired me. They didn't hire Spacevidcast. They didn't bring Spacevidcast in at all. They hired me personally, and I don't represent SpaceX's marketing viewpoint or anything along those lines. I don't speak for them. SpaceX and Spacevidcast are completely separate entities that have no relationship whatsoever, and there's a lot of confusion that happens with that. So we actually do not speak about my role at SpaceX on purpose. And when you watch our live shows, you'll notice as soon as we start talking about SpaceX, I stop talking, and Carrie Ann takes care of the entire story. I won't talk about it at all.
Has it changed the way that you talk about any of the other companies or developments?
No, not at all. We're just as lovey and harsh on all of those other companies as we were before. Do stupid stuff in space or about space, and we'll say you're doing stupid stuff. Do awesome stuff in space, and we'll say you're doing awesome stuff. It doesn't matter if you're SpaceX, ATK, Boeing, Lockheed, ULA. Whoever's doing amazing stuff in space, I said this in my panel yesterday, I'm not anti-NASA, I'm not anti-NewSpace, I'm not anti-anything, I'm pro-space. Whatever advances humans in space, that's what we're going to talk about.
So what's the most important thing that people need to know about Spacevidcast?
The most important thing that people need to know about Spacevidcast.
That we're brother and sister.
I knew it!
I'm being told off camera that we're brother and sister, not husband and wife. That's just awkward. It's a labor of love. It's not something, I think a lot of people sometimes forget that it's not something that we're able to do full-time at this moment, but we want to. We want to go to more conferences. We want to bring more space to people. But because it doesn't break even, I have to pay for it somehow. So their help, in any way, volunteering time, money, resources, whatever you've got, helps us a great deal, and is greatly appreciated. That's, I think, one of the more important things, because we don't like to bring it up on air. We don't like to talk about it a whole lot. We just like to get people excited about space. But there's a ton of stuff behind the scenes that has to happen to make these shows go on. If anyone's not done video before, anyone who's edited anything before knows exactly how much time goes into doing a 1 hour show every week. But if you've never done it, try it sometime. Try to actually figure out how to do a 1 hour show every week, week after week for 5 years. It's not easy. It's very difficult. And keep in mind, that's just the live show. We try to do daily space pods, 5-minute updates to keep people up to date. We haven't been doing so good on those recently, but we try. We try to come to conferences and cover those live. All that on top of a full-time job, which is way more than 40 hours a week. I'm not complaining. I love it. I absolutely love it. But it is. So it's hard to do, and we could use as much help as possible in all of those avenues.
So what can your everyday person do in order to help you guys out? The people that are watching that may not have a technical background or a filmmaking background or whatever, what can they do?
So they don't have a technical background. Let's just say you don't have money to donate. So money helps, right? Because that helps us buy more gear. But if, let's say you can't afford it, you don't have a technical background, but you're excited about space. Our mission is to get other people excited about space. And so if you enjoy the show, and you were excited about space because of the show, what can help us is simply going out and telling other people about the show. Anyone can do that. You don't have to have any sort of background to do that. Tell your family, tell your friends, get them excited, have Spacevidcast parties, especially on launches, right? Those are fun. There are drinking games that have gone around some of these Spacevidcasts. I'm not advocating those, but have parties, have fun with it. Enjoy it. Get other people excited about space. That's what you can do. And even if you don't agree with Spacevidcast, maybe the best thing you can do is then find another outlet that you do agree with. Someone else is doing something somewhere. Just advocate space in one way or another. That's the best way to help us. All ships rise with the tide.